Joe's Plumber here. Today I'm in the shop at work. This is my wife and I's our own personal van. We're getting ready to take the kids on a trip, and I brought it down here to check it out. Now, I'm going to take you through a few of the things that you should check on your vehicle. And yes, my son is wandering through the shot. A few of the things you should check on your vehicle before you go on a long trip. And these things, if you don't feel comfortable checking them yourself, take them to a local shop. Let them know that you're planning on taking a trip, you just want your vehicle checked out. They may charge you probably an hour labor, whatever their labor rate is, to look it over for you. But that peace of mind knowing that it's in mechanically sound condition before it leaves, and the fact that you might catch something that could cause you to have a breakdown on the road and actually cost you more money and time when you're trying to have a nice vacation, can really make a big difference. Guys, before I get into showing you all this stuff, do me a favor. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget when it's all over with, rate the video. If you have any questions, as always, throw them in the comment section. And if you've already subscribed, please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get post notifications on all of my videos. I'm going to take you through a few of the things that you should look at on your vehicle if you're going to try to do this yourself. Make sure that it is safe before you take a trip. On this vehicle, on this van, this is our coolant reservoir. As you can see, that is the fill level, and that is the minimum fill level right here. So we're just a little bit above that. The engine is hot, so that is perfectly normal. Brake fluid level, and I'm going to show you right here is the max line. Hopefully that's showing up, and you can see the fluid level. If I stick the flashlight on top and wiggle it, you should be able to see the fluid level down there a little farther. It's a little bit low, but we're actually going to be redoing the front brakes on this before we leave, so I'm not terribly concerned. Now here's my engine oil dipstick. I've already checked it. Now on this van it's hard to see, but I've kind of taken a look down the front of the engine. It wasn't very long ago I replaced the serpentine belt, the idler and tensioner pulley on this, so I know they should be in good shape. I'm just looking for oil leaks, looking for anything that may be of concern. Take a look at your radiator hoses. Of course, this is your upper hose right here, top of the radiator. You know, I'm not low on coolant. I haven't ever had to add any coolant, so I don't suspect I have any leaks. This is, on this van, is your power steering fluid. Pull it out. It's got a little dipstick. It shows full cold. So, according to the dipstick, we're probably a little bit low, but you can definitely see it down in there. It's a little bit dirty, so this system may need to be flushed at some point, but that is not of a major concern as long as I don't see any leaks. Check your battery connections for corrosion, poor connection, everything's tight. Alright, windshield washer fluid, you definitely want to top that off. Not a big deal, and that's what your washer fluid cap should look like for your windshield washer fluid. Some vehicles have one that looks very similar for the engine coolant, but they should be labeled differently. Of course, on this one, here's my oil fill, and that's my transmission fluid dipstick. Now that you check with the engine running, and preferably with the transmission hot. Some vehicles give you a cold fill level. Just taking a look down here at my tensioner pulleys and my other belts. Now, you jack it up off the ground, or in this case, I've got it up on the lift because we're going to take these tires off here in just a second. But if you grab your tire front and back and try and wiggle it, then you want to feel for any play in the steering system. Now you can see it is moving a little bit, but if I look down in here, let's see, yes, that is my tie rod. Get off the tire there. If I wiggle it, you can see that the tie rod is moving, so there isn't any play. I'm just moving the tie rod. Now we're going to replace the brake hoses. But this is your brake hose here. You definitely want to check that. Make sure you don't have any splits in the hose. Take a long pry bar while you have it up. And on this van, the ball joints are unloaded. So once it's jacked up off the ground, there's no load on the ball joints. And in a different video, I'll go through loaded and unloaded ball joints. But if once you have the load off the ball joints, you can put a pry bar under the tire and pry up and down on it and feel for play. These are good and tight. Push in and out on the top, 12 and 6, and 9 and 3. And you're trying to feel for any play that there might be in the wheel bearings. And these are good and tight, but as you can see, see how stiff that is to turn? These brakes are holding, and that's why I'm redoing it. So we'll get into that. Now I've already gone through with my son. We've already gone through and checked all the lights on the van to make sure our high beams, low beams, all our turn signals, brake lights, everything functions. Everything functions properly. And you know, of course, you want to make sure your windshield wiper blades up here, you know, make sure they're in good condition. Just take a look at them. These have been on here for a while, and you can see they're a little bit rolled over. But I did hit the washers on the way down here, and they're not streaking. They're actually wiping pretty clean. So, you know, these, like I said, these are some of the things that you want to look at if you're getting ready to take your vehicle on a long trip. It never hurts to have it checked out. If you have any doubts about anything, take it to a professional, have them look at it, because a lot of times if you have a mechanic in your hometown that you're familiar with, that you like, that you normally use, it will be a lot cheaper to have them take care of the problem than to break down on the road, have to get towed, have to try and find the shop, because if you're 400 or 1,000 miles away from home, you don't know what mechanics you can trust. So, you know, unfortunately there are good mechanics and there are shady mechanics. So, you know, you don't always know who you can trust. And some people may see that you're from out of town and try and take advantage of you, knowing that you have to get back on the road. So, by all means, check your vehicles out before you leave. And if you have anything that you have a concern about, have it looked at. If your mechanic tells you it's nothing to worry about, you know you can trust him, then I wouldn't worry about it. If he says, hey, look, you probably ought to fix this, you know what, spend a little bit of money, get it fixed, and it can save you quite a bit of money and a lot of aggravation while you're trying to have a good time. So do me a favor, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure there's probably a few things that I've forgotten. If you have any questions, like I said, throw them in the comment section. Don't forget to rate it, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And guys, don't be afraid to get out there and get your hands dirty. You might have a little bit of fun doing it. We'll see you on the next one.